Imagine this: every time you pick up your phone, open your laptop, or even walk down the street, someone, or something, is watching. And I'm not talking about just cameras on every corner. No, this goes deeper. Much deeper. What if I told you that every word you type, every conversation you have, and even your thoughts could be monitored? Sounds like a movie, right? But here's the thing, it's not fiction. It's real, and it's happening right now. Most people think surveillance is just about social media algorithms tracking your search history. That's the surface level. What's beneath that? Something far more advanced and terrifying. Whistleblowers have already revealed that global surveillance networks operate in ways we can barely comprehend. Programs with names you've never heard of, Prism, Xkeyscore, collect data in real time, feeding into systems so sophisticated, they can predict your behavior before you even act. But here's the part no one talks about: the predictive algorithms aren't just for tracking. They're for control. Governments and private organizations work together behind the scenes, using your personal information to build a profile so precise, it knows you better than you know yourself. And once they have that, they don't just watch, they influence your decisions, your beliefs, even your emotions. It gets darker. Some insiders claim that the technology used to monitor us isn't just human-made. There are theories, supported by leaked classified documents, that certain advancements in surveillance tech are the result of reverse engineering something not from this world. Think about it. How did we leap from basic telephones to devices that can listen, track, and analyze everything about us? And why do so many of these breakthroughs trace back to obscure, government-funded research programs? Here's the most chilling part: you don't need to be connected to the internet for them to track you. Smart appliances in your home, your car's GPS, even public lighting systems are embedded with monitoring technology. A leaked patent from a major tech company described a system capable of passive data collection, which means they can gather information from your environment without you even interacting with a device. And the real kicker: it's all legal, hidden under vague, complex policies no one reads. When you agree to those endless terms and conditions, you're giving them permission to monitor you in ways you can't imagine. Even the devices you think are off, they're never really off. Modern smartphones, for example, have secondary operating systems that remain active even when powered down. That means someone could be listening, even when you think you're safe. People who've tried to expose these secrets often face consequences: silencing, discrediting, or worse. But enough information has leaked to paint a disturbing picture. Agencies with three-letter acronyms have access to technology decades ahead of what we know. Some say these systems are so advanced, they can map out a person's entire digital and physical life with a few keystrokes. And if you're wondering why this isn't headline news, ask yourself, who owns the media? The same corporations that profit from your data also control what you see. Independent journalists who dig too deep often find themselves mysteriously cut off or facing legal threats. The system is designed to keep you distracted while they watch, always watch. It's no coincidence that the rise of smart devices happens so quickly. Every piece of technology you welcome into your home is another eye, another ear. Your smart TV. It listens. Your virtual assistant. It records. Even children's toys have been found to contain microphones connected to remote servers. And here's a thought: why would corporations invest billions in gathering your data if they weren't using it for something beyond targeted ads? What happens when they know everything? When your routines, secrets, and even private thoughts are all stored, analyzed, and used against you? Some believe the ultimate goal isn't just surveillance, it's compliance. If they can predict your actions, they can manipulate them. Imagine a world where every choice you make is subtly shaped by unseen hands. Where dissent is identified and neutralized before it can even begin, and they're getting better at it. New developments in biometric surveillance can track you by your heartbeat, your gait, even the way your face twitches. This means no disguise, no fake identity can hide you. Once you're in the system, you're there forever. And the craziest part? Most people willingly participate, trading privacy for convenience without realizing the cost. But there's more, a level of surveillance so secret, most people refuse to believe it exists. Ever heard of silent monitoring? It's the idea that low-frequency electromagnetic signals could potentially read or influence brain activity. Sound impossible? The patents exist. And there are testimonies from former intelligence officers who suggest these techniques are already in use, targeting individuals who pose a threat to the established order. It's easy to dismiss this as paranoia, until you start connecting the dots. Mass surveillance isn't just about security, it's about control. And the scariest thing? Most people will never question it. They'll keep scrolling, keep clicking, keep feeding the system with every interaction. Meanwhile, those who understand the truth are left wondering, how far does it go? And is there any way to escape it? But here's the thing, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And the question you have to ask yourself is, what are they really preparing for? Because this level of surveillance isn't just about watching. It's about something much, much bigger. Think about this. If the technology we know about is already capable of tracking every movement, what kind of technology exists that we don't know about? Some insiders claim there's a hidden layer of surveillance that doesn't rely on traditional devices at all. Whispered theories suggest experiments in quantum computing and advanced AI are already being used to monitor people on an unimaginable scale. Imagine a system so powerful, it can process the entire digital footprint of every human on the planet in real time. And the scariest part? It might already be operational. One former intelligence analyst hinted that the real purpose behind this technology isn't just tracking, it's prediction. By mapping out your behaviors, they can anticipate what you'll do next. And if they know what you'll do before you do it, they can stop it. Or, worse, they can push you toward decisions without you ever realizing you're being influenced. It's not just surveillance, it's psychological warfare on a global scale, and here's something even more disturbing. There's evidence that this technology doesn't stop at individuals. Entire populations can be manipulated. Social unrest, economic decisions, even elections. If you control the information flow and understand how to manipulate emotional triggers, you can shape the outcome of almost any event. Some believe that the constant wave of chaos in the world isn't accidental, it's engineered. Designed to keep us distracted while the real power structures operate behind closed doors. But how far does it really go? There are reports, unconfirmed but chilling, of secret facilities where cutting-edge surveillance programs are tested. Places where human subjects are monitored 24/7, not for their safety, but as part of large-scale behavioral experiments. These aren't just conspiracy theories. Declassified documents from past projects like MKUltra and COINTELPRO prove that the government has engaged in covert psychological manipulation before. So, why would they stop now? And here's a question you need to ask yourself. What happens when you can no longer tell what's real? If the technology exists to monitor thoughts, emotions, and even subconscious impulses, what's stopping them from altering them? Some whistleblowers claim we're already there. That advanced frequency-based technology can subtly influence mood and perception. It sounds like science fiction, until you read the patents and scientific studies quietly published in obscure journals. Consider this. Why is there such a push for interconnected devices? Why the obsession with making everything from your refrigerator to your car smart? Some suggest it's not just about convenience. It's about creating a seamless web of surveillance that no one can escape. Once everything is connected, the system becomes self-sustaining. And once you're inside that system, your life is no longer private. It belongs to them, but here's the kicker, it's not just governments. Private corporations have more data on you than most intelligence agencies. And these corporations aren't bound by the same legal restrictions. They operate in the shadows, collecting everything from your health records to your personal conversations. And with artificial intelligence advancing at an exponential rate, the ability to process and exploit this data is growing faster than any regulation can control. So why isn't anyone stopping this? The truth is, it might be too late. The infrastructure is already in place. Every click, every search, every casual conversation feeds the system. And those in power have no incentive to slow down. If anything, they want to expand it. To reach deeper into your life. To control not just what you do, but how you think. And the most terrifying part. The more advanced this system becomes, the harder it is to escape. Some theorists believe we're approaching a point where privacy, as we know it, will cease to exist. Where your every thought and action will be part of a vast, inescapable database. And once that happens, true freedom may become nothing more than a distant memory. So, the next time you pick up your phone, turn on your computer, or even take a walk outside, ask yourself, who's watching? And more importantly, why? Because if the technology we know about is this invasive, just imagine what they're not telling us. And if you think you're safe because you have nothing to hide, remember this, knowledge is power. And those who hold the most knowledge, they hold the power to control everything.